We have a very unique Books of the Bible game for you. We'll give you the name of a book from the Bible, and you'll have to look at the very last letter of the name to name a book of the Bible that has that letter as its first letter. There can be multiple answers, but you only need to guess one. But to challenge yourself, try and name more than one. And to help you out, we'll put the number of the books that have that letter in parentheses. Sound confusing? You'll get the hang of it, we promise. Let's give it a try. Starting with the last letter, first letter, the letter K. And the last letter K is the first letter for only one book in the Bible, the Book of Kings. Kings is our next book. The last letter, first letter, the letter S. Last letter S is the first letter for Song of Songs or Song of Solomon and the Book of Samuel. Samuel is going to start us off next. Last letter, first letter, the letter L. And the last letter L is the first letter for three books in the Bible, Leviticus, Lamentations, and Luke. Luke is starting off the next one. Last letter, first letter, the letter E. And there's plenty of books in the Bible that have the letter E. The letter E is the first letter for Exodus, Ezra, Esther, Ecclesiastes, Ezekiel, and Ephesians. And from this group, Esther will be starting us off. Last letter, first letter, the letter R. The last letter R is the first letter for the book of Revelation and for the book of Ruth. Revelation is taking us to the next last letter, first letter, the letter N. The last letter N is the first letter for Numbers, Nehemiah, and Nahum. Going next is Nahum. Last letter, first letter, the letter M. And the last letter M is the first letter for the books of Micah, Malachi, Matthew, and Mark. And Micah is leading us off with the last letter, first letter, the letter H. The last letter H is the first letter for Hosea, Haggai, Habakkuk, and Hebrews. Haggai's turn, first letter, last letter, the letter I. And only one book in the Bible has I as its first letter, the book of Isaiah. And the last letter is H, and we just did that one, and let's see if you can remember the last letter, first letter, for the letter H. Did you recall Hosea, Haggai, Habakkuk, and Hebrews? If you did, well done. And Hosea is taking us to the next last letter, first letter, the letter A. The last letter A is the first letter for Amos and the book of the Acts of the Apostles. Both books end in S, so we're just going with Amos. And we did this letter too. What were those books? Last letter, first letter, the letter S. And going back to Song of Songs or Song of Solomon and the Book of Samuel. We've covered both the letters of S and L, so that brings this round and this game to an end. If you enjoyed this game, please hit that like button so we know to create more of this kind of content. And you do not have to be a subscriber to hit that like button. Everyone can. Be sure to take a look at all of our Bible games in our playlist. The link is in the description so that you keep growing from milk to manna and get solid.